The coordinates beneath Hollow Creek. Eli downloaded Randonautica at 2:13 in the morning because he couldn't sleep. Rain tapped against his apartment windows while TikTok videos about cursed locations played endlessly on his phone. Most people used the app for fun, weird coincidences, abandoned places, creepy discoveries, but there were always darker stories buried in the comments. People disappearing. People being followed. Coordinates that knew too much. Eli didn't believe any of it. At least not then. He lay on his couch scrolling through videos until one caption caught his eye. Never use Randonautica alone after midnight. He smirked. Perfect. He grabbed his hoodie, keys, and flashlight and drove out toward the edge of Brisbane, where old forestry roads cut through endless black eucalyptus woods. The city lights disappeared behind him as fog rolled low across the road. The app loaded slowly. Set your intention. Eli laughed quietly. Something terrifying. The screen glitched. For a second, the map flickered red. Then coordinates appeared. Not far away. Only 13 minutes from his location. The road to Hollow Creek Reserve had been abandoned for years. At least that's what the rusted sign claimed. Branches scraped against Eli's car as he drove deeper into the woods. The GPS signal weakened. His radio hissed with static. Then came a voice. Soft, barely audible. Turn around. Eli jerked upright. The radio crackled again. Don't go there. He switched it off immediately. Silence flooded the car. Ahead, the coordinates pulsed on the map. 300 meters away. His headlights illuminated a narrow dirt path leading into dense forest. Eli parked. For a moment, he considered leaving. But curiosity always outweighed fear. That's why people used Randonautica in the first place. He grabbed his flashlight and stepped into the trees. The forest swallowed sound. No insects. No wind. Only the crunch of wet leaves beneath his boots. The app's arrow guided him deeper into the dark. 250 meters. 200 meters. His flashlight flickered. Of course, he muttered. Then he noticed something strange. The trees around him were marked. Tall white symbols painted onto the bark. Circles, eyes, stick figures hanging upside down. The farther he walked, the more symbols appeared. Then he found the first shoe. A child's sneaker. Covered in mud. Eli stopped moving. Okay. He scanned the trees. Nothing. But that horrible feeling had arrived, the certainty that someone was watching him. His phone buzzed violently. A notification from Randonautica. You are very close. The app had never sent notifications before. He swallowed hard and continued. 100 meters. The fog thickened, and then he smelled it. Rot, not animal decay. Something worse. Human. Eli covered his nose and pushed through a wall of branches. That's when he saw the house. An old weatherboard home sat hidden in the center of the forest. Impossible. No roads led here. No lights. No signs of life. Yet smoke drifted from the chimney. The coordinates stopped directly on top of it. Destination reached. Eli stared at the screen. Then the app crashed. The front door stood slightly open. Inside, darkness breathed quietly. Eli should have left. Every instinct screamed at him to run back to the car. But then he heard crying. A woman, soft sobbing somewhere inside the house. Hello, Eli called. The crying stopped instantly. The silence that followed felt alive. He stepped inside. The smell hit him first. Mold, blood, rotting wood. His flashlight beam swept across peeling wallpaper and furniture covered in black stains. Then he noticed the photographs. Dozens of them lined the walls. Pictures of people, different ages, different years, all standing in this exact house. Every single photo had one thing in common. Behind each person stood a tall, pale figure with hollow black eyes. Watching, Eli backed away slowly. His flashlight trembled in his hand. Then he saw the newest photograph. It was hanging alone at the end of the hallway. Still wet, still developing, and it showed him, standing outside beside his car. Taken less than an hour ago. Behind him stood the same pale figure. Closer this time. Eli spun around. Nothing there, but upstairs, thump, heavy footsteps, slow, deliberate, walking across the ceiling above him. Eli bolted for the front door. Slam, the door shut by itself. The entire house groaned. Then came the voice, right beside his ear. You asked for terrifying. Eli screamed and stumbled backward. The flashlight died. Darkness consumed everything. Then another sound emerged. Breathing. Not one person. Many. Surrounding him. All around the room. Wet breathing. He fumbled for his phone and activated the screen light. Dozens of faces stood inches away. Pale, sunken, motionless. People from the photographs. Their mouths hung unnaturally wide. Their eyes completely black. And in the center of them all stood the tall figure. Its limbs bent the wrong way. Its skin stretched tight like wet paper. When it smiled, Eli realized its mouth was sewn open with wire. His phone buzzed again. A final notification from Randonautica appeared on the screen. Intent acknowledged. Then another message replaced it. Trade accepted. The pale figure lunged. 3 days later, police found Eli's car abandoned near Hollow Creek Reserve. His phone was discovered inside. The battery somehow still alive. Officers checked the last photo in his gallery. It showed an empty forest. Fog between the trees. Nothing unusual. Until they zoomed in. Far in the distance stood a pale figure holding a flashlight. Next to it was Eli, smiling, eyes completely black. And beneath the image, GPS coordinates had already been generated for the next user.